Hello, people of YouTube. This is going to be my first, not my first video. I originally had some other videos of my miniature 50 caliber cannon by a company called I forgot what it was. Something Firearms. I forgot. Anyway, but those videos were not good enough, so I decided to take them down off of YouTube and remake them. Anyway. This is a video of my layout and anyway, ignore that. Someone just opened the door and then they closed it. That was my fiance. This is my layout over here. As you can see, sorry about the cigarette smoke. As you can see over here is what used to be my Hornby Live Steam A4 Golden Fleece until she broke down on me. Anyway, I have here my digital command control with sound Hornby Mallard. It's just a typical railroad model, so there's not a lot of detail. I think I may have painted the cap on this one. I can't remember. Yes, I did. But I'm not going to touch it right now because I usually use a latex glove to touch this locomotive and a few other locomotives that I own to prevent getting oily fingerprints on them, because they're a pain to get off and wipe off, and I have to use a little bit of warm water and a little bit of Dawn dish detergent and Q-tips to get it off, and then all that kind of stuff. So, and I don't feel like having to do all that today because I got some stuff to do later on today that I really don't feel like doing, but I have to do it anyway. Anyway, what she basically has inside her is a DCC chip it's a DCC sound chip with a speaker hooked up to it. It's an all-in-one type package. The speaker is located right up here, near the smoke box area. Right here is where they call the, right here on this area. Now, I do touch the buffers, so that's one thing I only touch whenever I'm holding these locomotives is the buffers, because I really don't care if those get dirty because it's just metal. But anyway, it's located right here, what they call a cod's mouth door. It's located like right behind there. Then there's a little bit of the speaker poking out through the hole in the chimney. On the inside there's a hole, and then that hole leads from that part up through the chimney. I guess if you want to put a smoke generator, I don't know, but anyway, but I need to rearrange the speaker and pull it a little bit more up if I can, or even just take a drill bit and drill down in there, make a second hole through this smokestack, through this hole in the double chimney, which I think looks fabulous on the A4s. The freaking double chimney was one of the best things they've ever done to these things. The side valances too. I love that. I love those flavors of the early days that they used to have on the British Railroad, on BR. Anyway, but the remote I'm using is a Bachmann remote, DCC remote. And I had to do a lot of research on the chip and the remote to see if they were both compatible, because I can't remember, but they ran off of something like certain chips had one frequency and then like other chips had another frequency. So I had to kind of make sure the two were compatible. Which, thank God they were, because if they wouldn't have been, I would have been mad as fuck. Excuse my language, but I would have been mad. I really would have been. I really would have. I would have been so upset. And whenever I first got into getting British model trains, which my Hornby Golden Fleece over there was my first one, I had to do a bunch of research to make sure that, the Hornby 00 gauge, which is basically the same as American HO gauge, which is what all this layout is. It's HO gauge track by Bachmann, the Bachmann Easy Track. And if you can see over there, they have silver rails, or silver track bed. Silver ballast is what we call it in America. I think in Britain they call it a track bed. And as for the railroad ties, which is the parts right here, little parts right here, all these little things, the little black things that are right under the rails, they call them sleepers in Britain. We call them railroad ties. And then the rails are just rails. Both countries. Anyway, as you can tell, I love Britain. 3D puzzle of Big Ben. And little British Hot Wheel. The plane engine. Anyway, I've been thinking about getting some pre-built buildings, pre-weathered and everything from Hornby. Not Hornby America either, just hornby.co.uk. The original Hornby website. Because yes, we do have a Hornby over here in America, but it's all the way in frickin' Washington State, or it's either Washington State or Washington, I can't remember. There's two different Washingtons in the U.S. I think one of them's a city, and then the other one's a state. Like Washington, D.C., and I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm making myself sound like a dumbass here. Excuse my language. To any little kids, don't curse. Especially around your parents. Anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and get her started up. And I did have what was called a Loc programmer, because I think this is a Loc sound chip in here, in this locomotive. I think it's a German company. But it took me a while finding it on eBay for the A4 sounds. But once I did, I had to beg my dad, biologically my grandfather, but raised me since I was 3 months old, him and my grandmother, so I call him Mom and Dad. Anyway, let me get her plugged up. And all the lights I have and all the buildings do work. And the wind turbine over here does work as well. It's a Lionel O-scale wind turbine. Because a real HO scale wind turbine would be popping through the roof of my shed. That's how tall they are. I've seen one video on YouTube of a model railroad that has an actual full scale, true to scale wind turbine, and my god, that's just way too big and too much money. So I just spent like $80 something just to get that. Just as good. And I also had two other locomotives, but I gave them to my fiance because she likes model trains, and you know, she bought herself a little bit of track yesterday, and I gave her a remote. And the remote that I used to power the wind turbine, I gave to her, and the power pack for it as well and everything. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get the Mallard going. Okay. And I do have other locomotives sitting here. Some in that box, some right here. And, oh yeah, the other one that I originally had right there before I started the video was put back inside the house. Which this is my grandparents' house. Just staying over here for the weekend while they're on a cruise. No, they're not rich. Anyway. She's programmed as number 3 like all locomotives are. DCC locomotives are. Let me move the tripod a little bit closer. They have different sounds, and this locomotive has more sounds than this. They have a long whistle, short whistle, coupling sound, coal shoveling sound, the guards whistle, the injectors, and the cylinder drain cocks. But anyway, what I'm going to do, go ahead and program her. 3, function, sound on. Now, she takes about 20 seconds to warm up, but once she's warmed up, she's good. And it's like I have a crud ton of other hobbies, too. I have like 7. Keeps me busy when I'm not at work. And whenever you do stop her, this locomotive, whenever she comes to almost a complete stop, a little brake squealing sound comes on, and it's really neat. It's really neat. I love it. I always wanted a locomotive with sound, and I was like, you know what? I got an A4. Screw this. I'm not putting sound in my BR9F. I'm putting sound in my Hornby Mallard. To heck with that. And what I usually do cut the fake coal loads out of my locomotives, and I figure out a way to put real coal. And whoa, don't you dare fall. And this one right here, I have detailed the cab myself. Oh, there she goes weeshing. Like she's like, alright Dylan, enough talking, I want to go. Lady with attitude. Now, believe it or not, whenever she was in DC form, which is direct current control, which I would have to use this remote right here. Right here. If you're wondering where I got the dials from, I had to take the live steam remote apart, and I'll just use the levers from that and put them on there. You know, whatever. Anyway. There she goes again. Alright. Jesus, chill. You done? Are you done? Okay, cool. This is just like a little fake red gem that I put in here. Whenever the light hits it just right, it looks like it's got a little firebox glow. Okay, Jesus. Man, she usually doesn't do the steam release that often. I guess she knows she's on camera. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and switch our direction to. Well then, if you give me a second to put you in gear, man. Reverse. Go ahead and blow the short whistle. And cylinder drain cocks. I'm gonna move this back a little bit, make it a little bit more realistic. There we go. Whoop! Mallard, don't do this to me! Don't do this to me! Jesus. Wonder why she's doing this. Whoa. Stop! Okay, cylinder drain cocks off. I think they've been drained enough. Alright, reverse now. Short whistle. Back her up onto our coaches. Looks like I just cleaned these tracks. And then we're going to do our little coupling sound. Well then. I guess the tracks need to be cleaned again. Let me see. Yeah, a little dirty. Alright, Mallard, quit giving me trouble, will ya? Jesus. There. Anyway, that was peculiar. She's never done that before. Guess our, Oh, one thing I did forget to clean on her was the contacts that touch the drive wheels. And I think I also forgot to clean the contacts on the tender, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do that later. Give me a second, guys. Guys, I'm gonna have to make this into a 2-part video. I gotta go. My fiance just told me something important. So I gotta go. I will make this into 2 parts. I will catch you guys later. And Mallard, go ahead and say bye. Anyway. Guys, I'll make this into a 2-part video, like I just said. And, catch you guys later. Look out for part 2.